Universities across Britain are faced with a new phenomenon, commonly known as lad culture. Whilst many would describe this trend as being nothing more than students enjoying themselves, others accuse the trend of being sexist, harmful and a threat to other students. Lad culture is typically identified as male students participating in binge drinking following sporting fixtures or out clubbing. Singing, boisterous chanting and attempts with the opposite sex are frequent activities associated with lad culture. Here, at UEA, many students hold their own views on whether this is truly a danger or not.
Depends, obviously there's like any sort of culture, there's various elements that can probably be seen as positive and also negative. So if you're talking about lad culture as sort of camaraderie in sports teams and things like that, that could probably be seen as quite a positive thing. Sometimes I think, depending on how it's implemented. If you're talking about lad culture as in sort of being like aggressively, not aggressive physically, but like aggressive on a night out towards women, and the way sort of the boisterous behaviour that can be quite off-putting if you're on a night out, then obviously that's can be quite a negative thing. Obviously, there's a fine line between what's lads enjoying themselves and what's lad culture that's negative towards other demographics out on a night out.
Do you believe that women can also take part in lad culture?
Yeah, I do actually. If lad culture is this thing which we're all taking part in, without sort of the sexism or anything like that, then yeah, definitely. I mean, I go for drinks with the girls' club all the time, and you know we have a great time on a Saturday at LCL.
Can women also take part in lad culture? We hear from two ladies hockey players after their weekly fixture.
I think it's really overrated. A lot of boys go out and they just use it to make themselves feel better about themselves. Usually a lot of lads are not, or boys are not like that when they're not in big groups.
I don't think it's dangerous. I think it's up to the individual as to how they feel about themselves and how they want to act. The media concentrate a lot more on males than they do females anyway, especially in sport. So the media representation of guys, especially in like football, you get the football hooliganism and that kind of stuff, which is broadcast in the media quite a lot compared to female sports.
Have you ever felt sexually pressured due to lad culture?
I wouldn't say sexually pressured. I would say picture an environment that you could be. Rugby or football can be a bit intimidating sometimes. Like I wouldn't go out with some of them because I feel like they tend to have more of a lad culture because they don't have a women's club attached to them.
Is that a thing that has to be challenged?
I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to clamp down on lad culture by trying to get rid of drinking, but it's not necessarily drinking that's the problem. It's just the way that the sport's portrayed.
Lad culture has proved to be a very decisive issue across many universities in Britain. However, it is clear, at the University of East Anglia, staff and students are working hard to try and solve this issue.